Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Desperate Measures. The party is pushing through the Bramblewood. I'm gonna quickly... Whoop, that's not what I mean to do. Quickly come back to the big world map.
Yay.
Bring us over here. And do we have a grid for the world map?
Yeah.
No, but not the way that I want us to have a grid. Okay. That's fine. So, here you are, pushing your way through the Bramblewood, and it is dense and dark and spooky. It's going to be a multi-day journey through it. So, eventually the wolf leaves you behind. You're somewhere in the woods here.
Yeah. But
the sun goes down.
Okay.
It's down.
It's time to sleep in the darkened wood here, in the thick, overgrown, dense woods. Sort of blot out the spotlight, the sunlight, with little bits of mist rolling through it, and the occasional waterfall plummeting off a 800-foot cliff.
Oof. Well, I'm gonna dig a pit and light a fire.
Yeah, I think we definitely should light a fire here.
Yeah.
The fire will keep away all natural and most unnatural creatures. Only civilized things who can also control fire might be attracted to it. Fire here will definitely keep the wolves and the bears and probably the kobolds at bay.
Well, what did that strangling tree look like? Was it pretty fast? If it got both of you, it must have been pretty scary.
Well, it's definitely scary, but I felt like I didn't.
No tree.
I felt like I didn't.
Of course
see
you didn't see.
Until,
Of course you didn't see no tree.
Sorry.
That's my bad.
I feel like I didn't see it until well, it already had a noose around my neck.
Well, if it's not real quick, let's just look around and make sure there's not one of those, and I guess we can go to bed. I don't think the wolves are going to bother us.
I'll cast light on somebody's bullshit so they can like have a nice look around.
Sure. Give me perception checks from the whole party.
I'm really gonna get it this time, chat.
Nice.
I'm deaf. I can't look around.
Oh. So you see no sign of these hangman trees anywhere.
Cool.
But, Jebediah,
Yeah.
you find something of interest.
Oh yeah.
You find a stone hand. It's just the right hand of something that looks like it's made out of stone, or maybe it was a stone carved to look like a hand, or maybe there was a stone statue and the hand broke off, or maybe a person was turned to stone and then their hand broke off. Who knows the origin of this thing, but you do find an old, worn stone shaped like a hand, covered with moss, with years of wear and tear on it.
Okay. Well, this is pretty foreboding right here. I think in the morning we should keep going.
Run, maybe. In the morning.
What do you mean? Maybe there's something buried here. If something fell over, maybe the town got buried up. Maybe they got treasured underneath it. Who knows?
Maybe
if it
someone
was,
got turned to stone.
I don't know about that, but this rock looks old. It would have been a long time ago.
How big is it?
Hand-sized.
Hand size? Oh.
Because it literally looks like a hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. It's very unfortunate, but can't really go on in the night like this.
well, is it just a stone or is it actually a hand? What is it? Can I start digging around it and see how far down the hand goes?
Oh yeah, no, it's sitting on the top.
Okay.
So you can pick it up. It's not attached to anything else. It's the size of a normal person's hand.
I see. I thought it was sticking up. I understand.
So no, it's just lying here, just broken off. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Well, I guess I agree with y'all. Maybe not.
Maybe it's from some kind of statue or something that used to be around here.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Statue is much better than the other alternatives. Like those stones we saw over in the woods just south of Stromheim.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you're right. That was indeed very strange.
I don't really want to camp
Something like that.
at this exact point. Maybe we should move up a little bit.
Well, I mean, we already built the
I mean,
fire
at that
here.
point, what's a mile gonna do?
I guess. All right, we'll camp. I guess.
All right.
I'll
What's the
go
watch
over
order?
and pick up the stone hand,
Mhm.
and I'll go take it over to Ebner, and I'll go, maybe this can give you a hand with your concerns.
Then we'll toss it on the ground, breaking it.
What is your watch order?
Not me. I'm
Um,
last, hopefully.
I think I'll go first.
Then I'll go second.
All right, I'll go third.
I'll go for it.
Perfect.
We just got 4 perception checks for me. If we fail now, whew.
The night passes without any problems. You wake up in the morning. You're all still alive. Everyone completed their watch. You've gorged yourselves on mushrooms the day before, although I guess 2 of you needed to eat rations. So mark off 2 days of rations for the party. And, I guess it's your turn to continue through Bramblewood.
Let's keep
All
going.
right. All right.
Keep it up.
I need
now.
to like forage every day, at least for 2 hours at some point.
Do you want to do that in the beginning of the day or the end of the day? Or in the middle of the day?
Beginning.
Beginning.
Yeah, do your
Okay.
foraging. Foraging. Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah, I am completely out of food at this point, I think.
Then do I need to do 4 hours a day? Half a day?
Yeah.
Half a day, all right.
Yeah. And it's all at the same rate anyway because we're moving with Ebner.
Mm-hmm. We're moving slowly, carefully.
Okay.
Excellent. Another D2?
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Today's taken care of.
Wow. Nice.
You push forward until you see a large stone column rising out of the earth. Trees have grown up around it. It's covered with moss and lichen, and it supports nothing. But it does have a broad, flat top, as if it once supported something. For now, though, it's just a singular pillar in the woods.
Would I have heard of any like temples out here or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
No. Does it have any markings on it? Any like religious markings or?
You're gonna have to get really close to examine it.
I feel like we're going that way anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go by it. Let's go take a look. Slowly walk up to it and take out a knife and scrape away some of the moss and the lichen, see if there's anything underneath.
Well, as you get close to it, you notice that beyond it, through more of the bramble and the woods, are other columns. In fact, you think you see the side of a building before you.
Guys, I think there's a building.
Interesting. Let's
Yeah,
check
does
it
look
out.
like
Maybe.
it.
Who knows? We'll not be in there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You approach the building. There are 4 columns out front of the building, 2 on either side of what would be a path that's well and long overgrown. And then there is the front door of this seemingly temple-y looking building. It's not super large. It's maybe 20 feet wide, maybe 45 feet long. And it's just a singular rectangle building with a steepled roof.
Can I
Stone
knock away some
architecture.
moss? See if I can see anything, like a religion check or
Yeah, you
looking
can
for a symbol.
you can clear away some of the moss on the building, and you can see the leaves of Nadinus. Oh my god, I forgot her name. I think it's Nadinus. I should know my gods. Nadinus. You can see the leaves of Nadinus on the pillars and on the front of the building. Nadinus is the goddess of nature. She sits above the earth, the world, and no, she sits below the world and supports the staff upon which the world is built. Whereas Tempos will sit above the world and slowly turn the staff to make the world spin and make time pass. And she supports it.
So they kind of work together.
Yeah, they're opposed and together at the same time, you know? They have an interesting relationship.
I'll convey that to the party. I don't know. I don't think this is how a temple would normally be. I feel like this must have fell a long time ago.
Well, let's
Looks
poke
old.
around and see if there's anything here then.
I've been in a temple or two. I should know where the good shit is inside, the books, the stuff like that. Can I have my party come with me and check around?
Sure. Thick vines cover the front of the temple, almost like a beaded curtain style. It's odd because the vines grow like across the roof and then drape down like right across the front, but they don't drape down on the sides anywhere. Some of the vines, after draping down, like dig into the ground and become more of like, strings that are stuck. Some of them don't quite hit the ground and can be pushed aside. Either way, you can enter in to the temple if you so desire.
I don't want to hack and slash them down.
Yeah. And if you were going to, I would have recommended against it.
Yeah, let's not hack and slash them down. Let's see if we can squeeze through the vines. I know Nadinus? I know Nadinus does appreciate nature and everything, so maybe this isn't too weird. I have not been to a temple of Nadinus before.
I mean, it could have been abandoned, but
They
looks
could just
like...
be living like uncivilized people.
You never know.
Can't hurt to be
keep,
respectful.
Let's keep our eyes out for things. I'm gonna keep my eyes out on the ground for traps because apparently that's my thing. I
We'll go
run
through
into
it
those
nicely.
every time.
You don't have to hear traps. You can spot them with your eyes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Never know,
he's
though.
deaf, though, so you won't be able to see him anyway.
Ah,
It's true.
okay.
Very true.
Abner will walk in with the boys.
Ebner's the
Back.
first one in?
I feel like Vaughn would be the first one in. No, I am the
Yeah.
first one in. I know temples. I'm not
I'll go
afraid
right
of you,
behind you.
Koibu.
All right.
Give
He's
me the
not afraid of me now,
Medusa.
you hear that?
You pushed your way through the curtain of vines and stand inside of a temple. There is soft moss covering the entirety of the ground. You can't even see if there's stone down there. There's a few holes in the ceilings where it looks like stones and bricks have fallen in, allowing shafts of light to pour in. One of these shafts of light spotlights directly on the altar standing at the back end of the temple, maybe 35 feet from where you are. Walls,
Can I...
the sides of the room have columns going down it that are like built against the wall, so like wall and column built into the wall, so that runs all the way down the sides. The roof is pointed at the top, so there's clearly no attic space or any other areas. There's no other doors exiting here. The back of the wall has some sort of embossed designs or patterns that have just been covered by moss and lichen here. There's some dead leaves on the ground underneath the holes in the ceiling.
As I look around, do I see any I guess has there been anybody here? Is there any like moss that's turned up, like paths being taken by a creature? No? It's very still. Okay. I'll invite the others in then.
All right. I'll look around at the big piles of leaves and poke some of them.
Yeah.
Make sure there's not traps underneath. We're paranoid.
I will go
Yeah.
up to the altar.
You can poke them and brush them aside.
Yeah,
It all
I'll go
seems
up to the
fine.
altar with him. This sounds
fun.
interesting.
The
I'll check out the
altar,
altar.
A couple steps back. Yeah.
the altar is this maybe like a 6 foot wide or 6 foot long, 3 foot high table with a large stone that covers it. Just like a single cut piece of stone that covers the whole thing, maybe a quarter of an inch thick. On the surface there's some sort of engravings, but they've all been, grown over by lichen and moss.
Can I mess with it and try to
Yeah,
Parse
you
together
want
all
to
those?
scrape off all the lichen and moss from the Temple of Nadinus?
Yeah.
On her
I'm
altar?
going- Well, when you say it like that, not really.
Do you?
Can I so I try to can I try to lift the I guess like the altar, like the top of it, like to see if there's anything under it.
What's your strength
See
score?
if it'll budge. It is 14.
Yeah. You give it like a lift, and it does kind of move up a little bit, but it's really heavy. It'll probably
I'll
take
help him out.
2 of you. There you go.
I'll help as well.
Together, you guys can lift the top off and slide it with some, what do you call it? Some scraping noises.
Not damaging it, just...
Yeah, we're very careful with it.
Yeah.
You slide it off of the top and rest it on the ground, and there, resting inside of the altar, is a longbow.
Wow, what's it look like?
It is made out of bogwood, which gives it this like blackish coloring to it. It is currently unstrung, and you see no string around whatsoever. It is a recurve bow as well.
I am going to go to the front of the thing and scrape it off and read it.
Well, the front of what thing? There are lots of things.
Front of the altar, like the thing that we took off, sorry.
Sure.
And read what it says.
The front of the altar, as you scrape off the lichen, has these sort of twisting knots and vines, like Celtic knot style engravings that go around the border. And in the middle, there's a series of concentric circles with a leaf that runs maybe 2 feet long, maybe a foot wide or so along it. There's no text.
Can I throw down a religion check to see if I would know what this is, like engraving or detailing?
Please do.
All right,
I'll probably stand beside him, just like waiting for him to explain as the information comes to him.
These symbols are not too important. They're just the like very standard classic engravings that would come with Nadinus, you know. Like if you showed up at a church and there's like a big cross with a bloody Jesus hanging from it with the crown of thorns, you'd be like, this is a Catholic church because Jesus is here hanging and bleeding. Versus like, you know, I don't know what other churches and what sort of Jesuses they have on their crosses.
But they're
different.
In my experience, it's just a cross.
Yeah, I think most Protestant religion sects usually just have the cross, and I think it's the Catholics that put the Jesus on the cross. I don't know. I didn't grow up in a religious household. I'm not sure.
As they start doing this investigation, I'm gonna go hang out by the front and make sure no one's coming in.
Okay.
As they're doing their thing, I'm gonna go hang out.
I'm gonna do an omen reading. Jeb, this might go to you. Let me do an omen reading. See how I'm feeling about it. Don't touch it though.
I won't, but it is truly a magnificent bow. I wonder how do you think, Vaughn? How do you think they got it to shape like that without breaking it? This must have taken a lot of work. It is truly a fine, almost piece of art right here.
Everything in here is fine craftsmanship. You'd have to tell me if that bow looks really good to you. It looks good to me, but it certainly looks better than what you've been using. But I mean, I don't know much about it.
I will do my omen reading.
I made this bow myself. It took me 15 tries.
What question are you asking via omen reading?
Will this bow help us on our journey? Or no, actually, I'm gonna ask. Wouldn't Nadinus be all right if we took this bow?
I agree. That's a better question.
Okay. And what's your check again? I'll roll it in secret, but I always forget the number to roll.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to look it up too. It's been a long time. Sorry. Are you just asking for like it says -2, so 14? Is that
14? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
He can only ask Tempos? Oh, okay, well, if it's that way, then I will ask Tempos if he gives me permission to take Nadinus' bow.
So I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, take it.
Yeah, take that shit. Take that shit. I'll explain it to her, it's okay.
Yeah. The temple comes alive and starts killing us all. The leaves turn into golems.
So your method of divination is by drawing, right?
Correct. Yep.
It's just a big old thumbs up.
That would be fucking badass. You're good.
Good, bro.
You fucking take it, bro.
You interpret the drawings. God, how would we say this in Pictionary form? Playing with you, sort of like playing Pictionary every now and then.
Yeah.
Sounds like you need to play Pictionary more.
What did you ask? Is it cool if we take this bow?
Yeah, is it cool if we take this bow?
Effectively.
Just give us a thumbs up, Neal. That's all I wanted. Just a. You're good.
You end up with a series of concentric circles with like a weird like
Are you drawing it somewhere?
loopy thingy in the middle. You want me to draw it?
Oh, I see it top left, right?
Yeah, except I can't draw well. So it keeps coming off looking ugly as fuck.
Would I know what this symbol means?
These weird concentric circles? Well, they
Yeah,
seem
have
to
I seen this
be
ever?
wrapping around something that looks like a bow in the very middle,
Yeah.
and it's just like the bow has been circled over and over and over again by your drawings.
Mr. Ebner, I think I'm gonna take it.
Tempos ain't telling me no, so I think we take it and we fuck off
Alright.
real quick.
No, that's not how we're gonna do it. that's not how I'm gonna do it. If there's anything you've taught me, Mr. Ebner, it's to respect the gods. So I think
We don't respect Rossi though.
to respect the gods that will respect us right back. I think there's only one proper way to do this, and I'll just like bow my head over the altar, or whatever, and like, Nadinus, I thank you for giving us this opportunity. I understand that if I pick this up, there will be certain things that are always expected of me. I'll do my best to uphold the values of what you see as right in nature to the best of my abilities. And I'll pick it up.
Is Nadinus like a Native American god where they will kind of like, they understand like, okay, you hunt to kill and you use everything off of the animals, but you don't hunt really for sport? Is it like that? Or is it like, don't fuck with nature, like don't kill animals?
No, there's definitely like humans are animals and animals eat each other to survive.
Okay.
So it's more of like her domain is sort of like all of the weird, or I should say, all the normal natural shit. Most of the other gods are involved in like crafting or warfare, just creating life, creating this, that, and the other thing. And Nadinus is like, you know what? Grass, trees, rocks, sun.
Those are badass.
You know,
yeah.
like this is my domain. And so she makes and manages all of the natural things in the world. And as long as you're not abusive to any of the things that she makes, it's fine. Maybe if you kill her favorite stag, she'll get super pissed off at you, even if you killed it just to eat it. But
Yeah. That's probably pretty rare.
Yeah, you'd have to do some weird
circle
stuff.
of life.
Yeah. And then I'll pick up the bow.
Okay. You pick up the bow, and as you do so, the altar slowly fills with a clear water. And there's this kind of like bubbling up from below. And there's a like a trickling sound coming in with it as well. That piece of
Strange.
yeah, sort of like the sound of maybe like a creek flowing or something as the altar, the box within the altar begins to fill with water.
Y'all do something back there?
Is it like rapidly or?
Slowly. It'll take maybe 15, 20 minutes for it to fill up entirely.
I'll like cut my hand, stick it in the water.
You cut your hand and stick your bloody hand in the water? Oh, cup. That's why I double checked what I heard. Yes. The water is clear and cold.
Well, give it a taste, I guess.
You die.
All right, boys, it's been good knowing you.
It tastes like mineral water or spring water.
So it's good drinking water.
Yeah, it's clear and refreshing.
All right, boys. This is good water right here. I recommend we take a refill right here, and we don't have to worry about any diseases from this for a while.
Well, I mean,
And then we'll restock on water.
That's good.
Ebner will sip, yeah.
yeah,
Now-
I guess we'll drink it.
All right.
Nadinus is
where
kind,
is-
huh?
Where is the string for this bow?
Is it pretty strong or no?
No.
It is not strung.
Well,
and
I got this extra bow I'm carrying. I guess you can have it. It's a kobold. I don't know if you really want to string.
That's not going to be good enough. Like, my bow is bigger, and it's still not going to be big enough. This is like straight up a long bow, probably like 4.5, 5 feet, maybe even 6 feet. And
yeah,
I've got
long
like a
bows
little
are
short, like 3 foot.
tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder, and I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just like, look around. Maybe there's a string around here somewhere.
Maybe dig into the water.
Maybe I can put it in the water. I don't know.
Maybe.
Try it.
Nah, but usually you don't want to get the bows wet. That'll screw up the string mostly. But
Well, I mean, you could try. It's her water. It's what it was in. Maybe it'll clean it one last time, then dry it off right away. Couldn't hurt.
It is rare, but this could be a magic item, and maybe it has a magic string.
Maybe it does.
Try to fire it with an arrow. See if it works.
Okay, I mean, we'll see. And I feel a little ridiculous.
Silly, but
yeah, I feel a little silly doing this, and I'll pull out an arrow, and I'll like pretend to knock it, and like pull it back. Nothing. It's like, yeah, it doesn't do anything. I think I just need to string it.
How do you usually string up? How did you create your bow, Jeb? How did you find string for it? Just normal string or tendons from animals?
Yeah, you need to find an animal large enough that have tendons large enough to do this.
I'm gonna reach in the reservoir. Is there anything at the bottom? Can I reach to like the bottom and grab around?
You can reach to the bottom. That's just stone.
Okay.
You can see through the water as well. It's nice and clear.
Yeah, but yes, I think you should see if this is magical. Maybe if we can't figure anything out, we can go back to Mr. Fizzib and he can help us out.
I think I have detect magic, so not on me right now, but
sure. But would you be able to know what this does?
Not yet.
Well, let's take a look around and see what else is here. It's obviously not hurting us to be here. Maybe there's some other things laying around. Is there any other buildings, or is it just this one building?
Just this one building.
Yeah, I don't know much about Nadinus, but you know, if she's a goddess of nature, maybe you just have to naturally find something from nature in order to complete that bow. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know of any plant. A tendon's pretty natural. Not gonna lie. Tendon's pretty natural.
All right.
Can I check around the I guess temple a little bit more? See if I can find like a book or anything like that.
Yeah.
Anything.
We'll look around the temple more.
You can scour the small temple in the woods, but you find nothing else.
Okay.
I mean, there are carvings on the walls, but you'd have to clear all the walls of all the moss, and you haven't seen any writing yet. It's probably just the typical relief things you might find in temples.
All right, we got our thing. You hold on to that, Jeb. Let's keep on moving.
I'll like figure out a way. Neal, what are the physical stats of this? Like, hey, it is this heavy.
You can treat it like a regular longbow, which means... Which means it weighs 3 pounds, has a speed of 5, and with your you have broadheads, right?
Yeah.
The range is 50, 100, 170 yards.
50. Say that again, please.
50, 100, 170.
Fucking 100.
Excuse me.
Sniper.
And that's also a D6, yeah?
Yeah, if you're using broadhead arrows.
It is a missile. Perfect. Venus. Probably an IS at the end. Perfect.
Okay. Abner will keep on trucking.
What does that mean? Like leaving the temple and going north?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. You step out of the temple. Wait for it.
Damn it. And there's nothing there.
Wait for it.
And you're all dead.
There we go. This is it. You step out of the temple and you see, having gathered around you, a small army of kobolds. There's gotta be like 20 or 30 or 100,000 of these creatures, but they're like ranks upon ranks, hiding behind bushes, hiding behind like small rocks or small trees, peering around corners. Many of them have spears, some of them have rocks. And there's one kobold sort of standing at the back with this like beautiful curly hair. He's like taller than the other kobolds. He's got these like floppy, gentle ears, and he is wearing a miniature breastplate over him while carrying a spear.
Are they moving to attack, or are they kind of standing?
They launch an attack. And I know we just took a break, but we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna come right back as the kobolds launch their assault on the party. See you guys in a set of a break.
Hey.